Welcome to this episode of the Home Button Podcast. I am your host, Tevlev, and today we actually have a real co-host. Allow me to introduce Tevlev. You know him, you love him. He is my real co-host, you know. Tevlev is inside of me. He tells me what to do. And what and of course I am, as you know, Tevlev. So what a great introduction. I actually decided to stop doing things again. Just do everything right the first time. So that's what I'm doing. Anyway, how are you, Tevlev? I'm doing great. How about you? I'm doing awful. All right, now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and figure out what we're going to talk about today. I recently put out a new video, a new Pikmin type video. Nintendo Land, the Forgotten Co-op Pikmin game. It was fun. That was a fun video to record. I went, of course, went to the bar and collected some strangers. Um, maybe you'll see them again. That's definitely the story. Maybe their backstory will change in the next video they appear in, where they may maybe I met them. Just yeah, I don't know. That's why I went with that story this time. Anyway, Nintendo Land's a fun game. I want to talk about that game. I just right at the start here, we're just jumping into a Nintendo Land praising podcast. It's the launch title for the Wii U. It came out in 2012, and it just has a bunch of good mini games on there. And well, it has a bunch of good ones, and it has a bunch of lame ones. Let's go over exactly what these mini games are. It has. Let's just start with like some of the good ones. Mario Chase. That's a good one. That was featured in the video. One guy is Mario. He knows where he is. He knows where everyone is. And the other guys are Toads. Are trying to find Mario. That's cool. It's a lot like Pac-Man Versus on the GameCube, which I always liked, where you have to connect the Game Boy Advance to it, and then Pac-Man, he's playing on the Game Boy, and then the ghosts, they can't see everything, but Pac-Man can see everything, so he has the advantage. Asymmetrical multiplayer gameplay. It's neat. You have like Donkey Kong Crash Course. What is that? You know, that's so lame. That's terrible. Because you just have to like you can like you got to scoot around a little physics object, and it's just boring. It's bad. It feels like filler to me. Metroid Blast. That's a good one. That's a good one. Didn't play that one in the video. But we could have. Oh wait, I think you need Wii Motion Plus for that. For some reason. Maybe you don't. You need it for Zelda. I know that. I only have 2 of those Wiimotes. And an adapter that doesn't work. But anyway, Metroid's fun. That's just like it's just Nintendo Land. It has ups and downs, but you don't have to go to you don't have to go play the downs. You know what I mean? You don't have to go play those. It has Octopus Dance. Some people like that one. It's just a rhythm memorization game. It's like Simon Says, whatever. Pikmin Adventure. Of course, that's the next one on this list here. That's fun. It's a little monotonous. It's a lot like a beat 'em up. Or I described it in the video. It's like Marvel Ultimate Alliance or like a Lego Star Wars type game. Like just one where you walk around and beat up enemies, but you do have a captain who kind of can control you and throw you, and then you can work more as a team. But really, it's just the captain throwing you around, maybe into a bomb. Maybe he's not paying attention. But it's neat. It's a neat idea. I like the spin on Pikmin, you know? Um, a Yoshi fruit cart, that one's stupid because you have to basically you just need to look at your gamepad and look at the TV and sort of connect the dots mentally. I don't know. They're trying to showcase the gamepad. You know what I mean? It's whatever. Then there's Ninja Castle. You know, they had to get all the Nintendo All Stars in here. You know, Takomaru. They have to get him in here. Of course, you have the standouts like Donkey Kong and Zelda, Animal Crossing, and Takumaru's Castle, everyone's favorite Nintendo character. That's like an on-rail shooter, and then Ghost Mansion. Here's another standout one, Luigi's Ghost Mansion, where it's kinda like the Mario Chase, except one person is a ghost. It's way more fun. Mario Chase is like a it's one to start with, It's like, kinda babyish. It's so simple, right? Because then there's Animal Crossing, candy, what's it called? Sweet Day, where you have to also in the video, you have to get the candy and, you're just getting chased around again by one guy. Well, the guy with the gamepad is chasing now instead of running away. That's the difference. And he can't see everything really. Nobody can see everything. But he has to control 2 guys at once. It was a little bit more complicated, but it's more fun. You can't play Mario Chase more than like 3 times in a row. But like you can keep playing Luigi's Mansion, you can pass it around and all that. It's fun. I've had a lot of fun with Nintendo Land in the past. But yeah, Luigi's Man there's a lot of cooperation there, and that's fun. Mostly, it's just saying where where the ghost is because you can feel the vibration when he's nearby because he's supposed to be invisible. But, Mario Chase, most of it, as also featured in the video, it represents the game very well. It's mostly just like, he's in green, he's in blue, he's in yellow, he's back in blue, you know what I mean? So it's, whatever, you know? There's also Captain Falcon's Twister Race. That one's okay too. A lot of these are just like lame, Balloon Fight Breeze. That one's fun. I like that one. It's just like it feels like a new balloon fight game. That could have been released on its own, for like probably $10. I wouldn't want to pay $10 for it, but they could have done that. Same with a lot of these. Like, uh, it's a shame that they haven't re-released these. You would need 2 Switches though. Um, but that's fine, you know? There's a Pac-Man Versus came out on the Switch, and I played that. You get 2 Switches, it's not that big of a deal, you know? But yeah, it's so fun. It's so fun because there's not a lot of games like that. Oh yeah, Zelda Battle Quest, that's the last one on here. That one's fun. If we do a part 2, because I know one person commented that. Just one person. They just said, "Can't wait for part 2." Like, I wasn't planning that, but maybe. It would definitely not have Pikmin in it. There's also some people who wanted to continue the Pikmin thing, but I don't know. I don't see how it couldn't be boring, you know? And I don't wanna force other people to kind of like to play it, because I know they had more fun with, like, the other games. That's why we went to the other games because 'cause they're more fun. Pikmin Adventure, because I mean, I think I must have got, like, platinum or at least gold rank on all the levels. I have fun with it, but not everybody does. Maybe if we get one more guy, we could, I don't know, head back to the bar and ask someone else, I guess. Um, but yeah, some of them are only single player, and there's only, like I think all the single player ones have sort of, uh, lame co-op elements, maybe? Like, you can grab, like, extra lives in the distance if you have a Wiimote or something, like, We Play also had that. Man, I feel like I'm not doing a good job explaining what the game is if you don't already know. You must know, right? At this point anyway? Um, I really don't see how we could do I don't we can't do Yoshi Fruit Cart. I don't know. We could just, like, pass it around, but then I don't know. It's just that's the thing with making videos with other people. You don't know you don't know how others are gonna feel, you know? Because in theory, I could force myself to pretend to be having an amazing time as I did with the sponsored video Minecraft Pixelmon that I did. I wanna do like a big egomaniac director's commentary of that series. I think that would be fun. Like, I'm just sitting here commentating it like I'm Christopher Nolan, you know? That'd be awesome because those videos are so bad. They're bad on purpose. That's what I'm getting at, you know? But I pretend like I'm having a blast, except for when I get to the last episode, I think I'm just like at that point, like I'm just seeing how far I can go because they don't watch your videos, you know. They give you rare candies only for the because if you're sponsored, they give you a bunch of rare candies to make it look fun so you can promote gambling to children, which is basically what that is. Give me all these rare items and I just throw them in a lava. You know what I mean? Maybe I wanna do a new part to that because they offered to make a part 6, but, I didn't even respond to the message because, how many Minecraft videos can I make? You know what I wanna do? I wanna make a video where I like, in the same style of, like, Peanut Butter Gamer. He made a video, a series of videos, Minecraft Hardcore. It was one of the first, um, like, Minecraft I didn't really watch Minecraft videos much, but, like, this was, like, the only one I had seen that I really liked, and it was just like a little adventure following him and his YouTuber buddies. Um, and it was there were stakes to it because, like, obviously hardcore mode, if you die, you're dead forever. Like, that's interesting. And here's why it was good, because not everyone knew how to play the game. That's why it was good. I kinda wanna do a series like that. Well, not a series, just like one video that's like 30 minutes or something. But, and I know he's done more after that, but then, I don't know, they get people who, like, know how to play. It's just less interesting the second time. I don't know. But I just wanna do one video like that. But, like, I don't know if people wanna watch Minecraft. I wanna get to a point where I'm able to just do any video. But you know what? There's nothing stopping me at the same point. There's nothing stopping me. Because if I put out, I wanna do a bunch of little things, like, more obscure, like, GameCube-ish era games. Nothing stopping me. Who's telling me I can't do that? Nobody. I know it's not gonna get as many views, but I don't care. I have to do that because I can't make Pikmin videos for forever. As same with, like, Smash videos. Smash in general, as I must have talked about before, it's just as a whole, all Smash content is just, like, on the downward slope. Like, of course it is because it came out in 2018. That's a long time ago. 5 years ago almost. So, which is fine. Like, that's just what happens with the game. And I've tried to diversify a little bit, but now it's just like now Pikmin is doing great, and it's YouTuber-y type content. I must have talked about this. I don't know. Anyway, um, I wanna do a Minecraft series like that. Get some people together who don't know how to play. Because if you do that now, if you just get a bunch of Minecraft YouTubers, someone in the first day, they're gonna because you don't really die. Like, if you know how to play Minecraft, you're not, like, dying. Oh, it'd be a fun twist if there was an imposter. You know what I mean? Yes. That's not a bad idea. You get some, like, uh like, uh saboteur. What's the word for that? Like someone who you can't just go around killing people because 'cause it'll say, you know, Tevlev slayed whoever with a sword. You know what I mean? So you have to, like, make it look like an accident, you know? Isn't that a good idea? Yeah, what if someone on your team, what if they just start killing people, you know? What if it's like team versus team? I don't know. I think and no one knows. No one knows that there's someone trying to sabotage the whole crew. Just an idea. 'Cause, lately I've been trying to connect with other YouTubers. I don't really get to do that, but I'm trying. It's working. I'll make connections, and then we'll get this Minecraft thing going just for, one series. It should go fast if there's someone trying to kill everyone. Yeah, once it gets to a see, okay, here's the thing. If someone starts killing people, obviously they have to fend for themselves, right? So they're gonna be like, "No, if someone's going around killing, we have to kill him," and then it creates all this drama. Think about it, right? Isn't that a good idea? I think it is. I think it is. Uh, yeah, but they can't. They okay, yeah, that's good. That's good. It's like the thing. It's like Among Us, honestly. Yeah, see, that's good. That's good stuff. You see, I've been coming up with great ideas. I have an idea for an Animal Crossing video. That's another one where it's just like, who wants to watch an Animal Crossing GameCube video? in 2023, So I want to wait until the new one comes out because it's going to take a lot of work, to be honest. I want to do. Originally I thought like also sort of related to Minecraft because people do the 100 days in whatever server, whatever mod, 100 days in a Minecraft world or something, right? And those videos are all like fake or whatever. And I thought it'd be funny to sort of do a parody of that where it's like more clearly fake or you start to realize it's fake, but it's 50 days or 100 days in a 100 days seems kind of undoable. It'd be like an hour long video or longer. So let's just say 50 days in an Animal Crossing town. And it's like, what do you do? What is the video about? It needs some twist, it needs some second layer. Of course it does. I agree with you. So the other layer is that I'm sitting there and I start to kind of share stories beyond the fourth wall, things that are happening. Um, I'm revealing things about my life, although it is fabricated. And it starts getting crazier and crazier, and it starts getting more about my life. And at some point, I'm not even talking about the game anymore. It's just like day 40, I start talking about something, and like day 50, you know what I mean? Like I'm just telling little things. I feel like that'd be kind of hard to do because it has to not be about that, but that needs to that becomes the viewer's focus and not like the video maker's focus. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm getting at? I don't know. I don't have to worry about all that. I have an editor, remember? That's his problem. Good old Norbert. Even though sometimes I have to do the work too because we use Capwing. Capwing, the cloud editing service. It's like Google Docs, but with video editing. And before you say it, Tev, I thought Norbert was fake because of that one video. The video where I introduced him, that was all a gag. At that point, Norbert was fake because Norbert doesn't have a username. Norbert's just an editor, like an actual real professional editor. Um, and he doesn't have a name, so he's Norbert, because I know even to this, some people think they're in on a joke. That's not a joke. You know what I mean? That's why the editing has been different now. Since the Pikmin video, it's been different. You can't even say that it hasn't been different. Thankful. I'm thankful. Yes, I'm very thankful. Uh, Also, update. New topic. Update on the AMA. I've the Oreo situation. I barely even addressed that debacle. Yeah, I ate 36 Oreos for what was I did that on like episode 4 or something, right? Episode 3. As if I just ran out of ideas. Like I can't just talk. I gotta eat Oreos. I gotta eat 36 Oreos because people forced me to. They forced me to do that. I didn't want to, but I had to. And then I came up with an idea, baconators. That sounds more fun, That actually just sounds like a good time. But I don't think I want to do that. Well, maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to watch what I eat. And man, I don't think I should be eating 50 baconators. But I hung out with my friends recently and I told them about the Oreo thing. Because I kind of had to, because I was like, for context, I had to bring up this Oreo thing. And my one friend was like, "No, those are funny. Your mukbang things are funny." And I was like, just very briefly, just for a second in my brain, I was like, I did more than one? I thought I just ate the pizza. He's like, "Yeah, you ate all those McNuggets and everything?" And I was like, "Oh, right. I completely forgot. I set out to eat 50 McNuggets. That just slipped my mind. I don't remember doing that." But then it all came flooding back to me. Oh, I remember those disgusting, soggy McNuggets. Those were disgusting. I don't even think I put that in a video. The pizza one I did. That was the best stream ever. I think I talked about that recently, but that was like I look back and like that was the only good stream I ever did. And of course, I inserted that into a video. Oh, I got a comment that I want to respond to here. Because and big shouts out to the podcast listeners. You are the real ones. You're the only ones. You're the true ones. I said, all right, let me just read the comment. This is from Protomon. Protomon. As more of an outsider that's new to the Tevlev lore, I'd like to comment on the A plot for a bit. Right. This is when I was doing the A plot. I was trying my best to stay on topic. If you ever in the future had a sudden urge to stream, you could use the VOD as fuel for a stream highlights YouTube video as a way to make the content more enticing for people to click later down the line. You could even title it like a normal video if you wanted. See, I appreciate that. I appreciate the comment, and I have done that. For the custom stage videos, the arenas, where I wasn't even playing, I was just sitting there watching everyone else play, which is what I enjoy. I don't like playing games on stream. You know what I mean? I like talking to the chat. That's my favorite part. So if I ever like a stream to me, I don't mind if it can't be permanent, if it doesn't have like a permanent um like a way to watch it later, if it has more work put into it that's not just like a phone in front of me and I'm just talking into it. You know what I mean? Like TikTok live or something. I've done those as a joke, as a gag, and that's just fine, even though people TikTok live is weird because hey, I'm not doing any glizzy guzzler challenge, okay? I'm not an NPC streamer, okay? That was before. Really, it's just when my friends and I would hang out, we would drink a couple B Fuel floats and just be like, let's just go live. That's a great idea. Let's sneak into an abandoned warehouse and go live and get a bunch of workout equipment, you know? Honestly, honestly, I don't normally like to do this, but I'm going to insert a bit of that in the video in this podcast. I'm going to insert a video clip.
It's starting to get a good rhythm, right? Pre-workout.
Funny video, right? Hilarious. Now, to continue this comment here. Oh, wait. I need to finish responding. They said make it a stream highlights video. But here's the thing. I think because a lot of people do that. And I think the video it's kind of watered down, I feel like. Like the content value is a little less if it's like a stream highlights. Like it can't feel like it was part of a stream. Otherwise, it's just like it's kind of limiting, because you only have the stream to work with in theory, unless you add in a bunch of stuff, but then it's going to feel like a bunch of things are inserted into it. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm making sense. I would be happy to elaborate if anyone has any questions. I do read all the comments. I do love responding to comments and all that. But that's generally the reason because I used to do it. The series was called Custom Stage Conversations, and it was fun. But it just to me it just felt like more of a stream. And of course, you could just say, don't make it feel like a stream. Then don't make the video feel like a stream. But then I might as well make a video. You get what I'm saying? So the comment continues on. Now, I understand there are a lot of hurdles to get over this idea. There's an hour or more of footage you would need to pick through and find your teehees and wahoos there that are worth putting into the video. That's also a very good point. Even then, those highlights might not meet the peak of your average normal video, which may make it not even worth editing to you. And I get that. So you could use the footage for the home button podcast. I get that too. I had that idea a while back just to get like gameplay footage to put in the background if when I need to. But then and I didn't end up using that, even though I got the footage. It wasn't part of a stream. It was just like some Smash Bros. Custom stage. Maybe I used it once. I don't know because I don't really talk. I don't really go on that long without needing to like have some stuff in the background for the most part. I like to keep it pretty short. You get what I'm saying? But I think that is a good idea regardless though. But I think it's a good precedent to set this as like just a blank, just a home button podcast thing. Cause I also want to put this on other platforms. I haven't done that yet. Oh, bless me. You get what I'm saying? So okay, they continue on to say I'm not up to snuff on the canon of the channel, so I don't know if you've already done or heard of any of this. Hell, likely you have, but I just wanted to put it out there just in case. Poggin Podcast, my guy. Appreciate that. I do appreciate the nice comments because it is hard to do something new, you know, mostly because of the inner talk. What's that called? The self talk. Anyway, yeah, that's just interesting point. I felt like that they brought that up, you know, because yeah, because you okay. This is what I was trying to say. You only have so much to work with, as they were getting at. So if the stream was okay, the video is going to be okay, because okay, for example, the recent Nintendo Land video, when I recorded it with those guys, those strangers I met at the bar, when I recorded it with them, they said like, I don't know how you're going to make that into a video. I don't know how that's going to end up being even remotely good. That was garbage. And I said, no, it's good. I know that's good. That I have something to work with there. And I said, they're like, okay, okay. And then when the video came out, they told me, like, I can't believe you turned that into something. I'm impressed. Uh, and yeah, you can make anything into a video, but it needs to be moldable. A stream is not very moldable. That's what I'm saying. Plus, not to mention, the act of streaming is just like, I don't enjoy it much. I can barely even read. I can barely read the chat. Annoying. Annoyed with myself. Here's a story. There's someone who used to watch the streams. His name, he doesn't pop around very often. It's Curtis Colton. That's what it was. That was his YouTube name. And that's his gamer tag. I guess it's his full name. He just made it his name. I'm not doxing the guy. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, so he was in the streams pretty often. And there was one stream where he he was chatting and I just read his full name. But I said Curtis Coltron and he was like, "Coltron? Like, wow, that's not my name." I was like, "Yeah, it is. You've been around this whole time. Of course I know your name." And I actually looked at it and it was the wrong name. There's just names I can't even read. And it's mildly frustrating enough to just be like, I don't like reading. It's draining to read. That's why I use voice to speech. That's why I use voice memos as much as possible. I can't really tell you how often, mostly half the time, I'm using voice to text. Did I say voice to speech? Voice to text. It's annoying. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate reading. I struggle with it. I am dyslexic. And it's just hard for a guy like me to even try. It's just like it's hard to do anything nowadays. Oh, you know what's funny? Having a mental breakdown, but you can't without people feeling sad. Can I just pretend to have a mental breakdown? Because I would like to. I just got to break free. You know what I did? I ordered some anime girl flavored drinks, gamer sups. I was interested in the anime girl thigh flavor, and I'm drinking it right now. It does taste like it, It tastes like orange cream soda. That is good. That is good. Better than G Fuel. Easily. G Fuel has lead in it, and like I don't know about all that lead. I don't think it agrees with me. And as far as I could tell, this doesn't have lead in it. Read the back of the G Fuel container. It says it has lead in it. And it's just like, that's weird, you know? That's a little strange. Because Advanced GG, I've tried that too. It didn't say there was lead. I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. When it comes to eating food and all that, there's like I don't know, rat tails in your hamburgers and um rat eyeballs in your hot dogs and rat poop in your chicken nuggets and all that. It's like, whatever. I don't care. At a certain point, I don't care. So what if a rat fell inside the hot dog liquid creator, the tubby custard hot dog machine? If the FDA, if they record it and it's like it's fine, you could probably eat a rat tail and be fine. I would never do that, but it's just in there. You've never eaten food off the floor as a kid. Now, see, I know how often I clean my floor. I wouldn't eat off my floor now or anyone else's floor. But like, how about your kitchen counter? Do you eat off that? I clean my kitchen counter more often than my floor. Obviously, I don't walk on my kitchen counter, but there's still germs in there. There is. You ever put food on your desk? My point is, there are germs everywhere, and your body can fight off germs. If you deep fry a rat, I'm sure you can eat it. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? I'm sure it's fine. But I don't want to eat lead. Lead is not meat. It's bad for you. You can get lead poisoning, in fact, according to rumors. And yes, when I moved into my first apartment, I did have to sign a like a like a thing that said I am aware that there could be lead paint in this building. It was built in whatever. And that was fine. I came out smarter. Actually, when I moved out of there, my IQ had improved like 55 points. So it went from like 55 to like 101. You know what I mean? And you know what's weird? I think it was like a Vsauce video I was watching. They're talking about these certain light switches that used to exist like 100 years ago. They were buttons. There were two buttons on it. Instead of it wasn't even one button that you would press or a switch. It was not a flipper switch. It was just two buttons up and down. And it was like he said like these light switches, they had to be recalled. They were dangerous because they had mercury in them. Mercury is like super bad. It's not lead. It's mercury, okay? And I said that they had to like recall these all they had to replace them. But like no, that I'm pretty sure that was the exact light switch at my first apartment. It had lead paint and it had um freaking these mercury light switches. So that's like actually kind of weird when you think about it. I hated that apartment. I hated it so much. You know what I hated about it? The fridge. There was a fridge that was covering up almost halfway in a doorway. So there was the fridge. It was kind of stuck against part of the wall, and then it was leaning into the doorway. So you had to walk around the fridge every time you went in the bedroom. And like that's annoying. And the fridge would make the sound. It would make this sound. I heard it in my nightmares, I swear. And then it would stop. And then a couple hours later, I could not stand that. It was making me go insane. Here's something I thought about recently. There was an old episode of Mythbusters. Because when I think of this fridge, I think of this episode. Mythbusters, they were testing like what was it called? Chinese water torture or something? I don't know if it's necessarily Chinese, but it's just maybe water drop torture is more descriptive. But it's just where you're tied down and then water drips on your forehead at random intervals. And they were saying that is a very like effective for how simple it is. It's a very effective way of like make you go crazy in a way. And I watched that as a kid, and I was thinking like, there's no way you could tie me to that thing for an hour. I would be fine. I would not be even affected. It is just a water drop. I would not even. It wouldn't make me crazy at all. But now, like I'm thinking, if you tied me to that thing, I two water drops and I turn into a terrorist. I swear to God. I'm on the brink of something big. Something great. I'm just kidding. What an insane thing to say. That is audio that's gonna be in my 60 Minutes documentary. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't say that though. I shouldn't say that. I am joking, guys. Yeah. Anyway, but it would make me go crazy really fast, you know? No way. Maybe I think I could have done it better as a kid though, because obviously kids are naive. They don't know anything. They're stupid. But I think I was onto something back then. 'Cause, this fridge just messed me up, I guess. And of course, nobody else heard it. I'd have a friend over or my then girlfriend. I don't even hear anything. She was just I think she would just gaslight me for fun. What a psycho. You shouldn't talk bad about your exes. It's in poor taste. But whatever. My friend said he didn't hear it, so well, no, I think after a certain point, after it'd be on for a minute, he's like, "Oh, wait, you're talking about that? Oh, that bothers you? Yes. Yes, that bothers me." And no one else hears it. It's like Mr. Krabs with the boots. They eat the fridge and hide it under the floorboards, you know? The sound, you know? I would talk to people and they would turn into a fridge. Like, I'd be sitting there trying to take their order and they would turn into a fridge. "Yeah, I'd like the" you know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? You're envisioning the same thing as me, right? I don't know. Alright, here's the A plot of this video, which is well, the podcast of this podcast. The plot is my videos because I love talking about myself. I wanted to do a video about I wanna do more trendy games, you know what I mean? Like, if it comes out, it's new. Because if I did it with Pikmin, couldn't I do that with any game? You know what I mean? I do like the Pikmin fan base, though. I love their sense of humor, for one. I love it. It's so bizarre. So, you know, maybe I wouldn't click with every fan base or whatever, but, like, I think, uh, I think I'm gonna do that, but I was looking forward to the SpongeBob game, the Cosmic whatever, the one with Patrick. He's like a little tiny Luma, you know? I wanted to do that. That came out, like, 6 months ago. So, that's not gonna work. I mean, I could. Like I said, I was saying it earlier, I can make a video about anything, but it seems smarter to do the trendier things, you know? I guess just for the algorithm, that's what's stopping you. Like, if I put out a video about, Diddy Kong Racing, people aren't gonna jump to watch that, you know what I mean? Um, oh, maybe if it comes out on the Switch, that'd be the perfect time to do it. But, maybe. I hope so at some point. Probably not, though. But if it did, I would make it then. You know what I mean? So you kinda have to wait. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't like following trends. I just like doing whatever I want. But what I'm getting at, if so it's like if you put out something that doesn't get views, it does hurt you in the algorithm sense, you know? Like, you're kinda seen as like, "Oh, you know, your videos don't get views," you know? Or at least that's what I'm paranoid about. Don't get in and making videos on YouTube if you're all paranoid about stuff. Even though the algorithm, it's not some evil machine, you know? It's like it's sort of influenced by people, just by viewers and stuff like that. And, of course, there are people like I know that there's stories of like the higher ups like sort of cheating it or whatever, or they're choosing what gets views. But well, I think the story I heard was someone knew someone and they like upped their video for them just because they knew them. Like that's bad practice, you know. But if they're picking things like strategically from a business point of view because they know it'll get views, that you can't blame them for doing that in theory, you know. But like for the most part, it's mostly just like following normal trends that, you know, like, okay, Smash Ultimate, for example, that's not getting recommended as much because people aren't playing it, so they're not watching it. You know what I mean? That's just like a basic example. But and Pikmin, of course, the new game came out, so of course, you know, it's trending, right? So now I'm looking forward to. I'm going to play the new Sonic Superstars. Is that what it's called? And of course, Mario Wonder. But man, I am a little disappointed about the SpongeBob game. It came out so long ago. That's okay though. Man, I don't know though. I wanna make a video about Amazing Island on the GameCube, Alpharad already did that. Uh, but I can make it better. What a fraud. You know what I mean? What a fraud. He comes from a different time, you know? Here's the reason he's a fraud, guys, is because he thinks he's so cool. He creates his YouTube persona to be a cool guy. Really? I can tell you're not, buddy. You're not. I can see it in your eyes. You're that same guy who wore that Sailor Moon outfit. Look at you. Yeah. You're just some little dork. And you think you're cool? You think you're some singer or something, dude? I'm pretty sure I'm a better singer than you. And I learned how to sing 1 year ago. Yeah, I learned how to sing. I'm not saying I'm a good singer. I'm not saying I'm the best singer. I learned how to sing as a joke. As a joke because I wanted to sing the Rainbow Road meme song in a video. And I did that. Follow your dreams. And then I sang the Peaches song and then I made up the Don Dory song. The lyrics, Don Dory. Who thinks why am I singing in a video now? If I showed my past self, did I say this in a video? Did I s I can't remember if I said this in a video or in a podcast. If I showed I think it's something I said and then cut out of a video, possibly. If I showed my past self, like, from 3 years ago, um, my videos now, he would be flabbergasted. "Why are you singing? What who are you? How did you become such a different person?" Because I woke up. That's why. I'm not a different person. I just woke up, and you're still sleeping. Yeah. If I showed my past self my videos from, like, 10 years ago, 'cause I've been making videos for 12 years. I don't even think you're not grown up yet, you know what I mean? So and those videos suck, dude. The early, like, tin gaming it wasn't even called that back then. You know, I can't say the name of it. It's too offensive to even say. What tin stands for is just too offensive because it's so cringe. It's offensive to everybody equally because it's such a cringe word. I'll just say it because 'cause I've hyped it up too much. It stands for the Ignis Network. That's what TIN stands for. What does that mean? What kind of name is that? Of course, only high schoolers can come up with a name so terrible. Ignis? That means fire in Latin. Probably. It probably means that. I still remember it vividly. I was on my knockoff BlackBerry phone. Remember Blackberries? It was like that, but it wasn't even a BlackBerry. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to date, this story here. So I got a call from my buddy. We're gonna make a Let's Play channel, right? We kept talking about it. We kept throwing around names, and he called me up. He was like, "All right, I have a good name, Ignis Network. We could all make our own videos, and so that way it's a network." And like, sure, buddy, sure. That's what I'm saying now. But back then I was like, "Oh, that's a great idea. We can all make our own videos. Yes, that is such a good idea. I love that." Did we all make our own videos? No. One person in the team, the Ignis Network team, made their own video. And I'm sorry, it was awful. It was awful. It was like Pokemon Showdown or something, he would say it's awful, he's not offended by it. That was many years ago. And it's because we needed to put a video out that week or something, or it's been a while since we put one out. It's like, "Hey, you do Pokemon Showdown, can you make it?" And, like, he tried his best. He made a real video. And, like, everything we did, we had no idea what we were doing back then. I should get them on the podcast, and we should talk about it, though, So I don't wanna say too much. But, some names that we did throw around, it was like my main idea okay, the channel 10, it could have been something way different. My idea for the channel name was Retro Pancake. That was the name. What's worse? What's worse? Because at least you can shorten it was like 1 or 2 years in, we decided to abbreviate the Ignis Network to TIN. TIN, what is TIN, What does that mean? But it's better. And now Tevlev, that's my personal name. Now I've dropped Tin Gaming altogether because Tin Gaming, it's a little what is that? You know what I mean? What is that a person? Is that what is Tin Gaming? What does that mean? And there's like so many. Look up Tin Gaming on YouTube. There's like 1,000 channels called that. It means something in Spanish, I think. Um, but yeah, Tevlev. Tin.Tevlev. That's what the channel name is now. That just makes sense. That's just a better name. It sounds more like a YouTube name, don't you think? Do you agree? That's my opinion. Oh, yeah, every once in a while we get to this awkward point in the podcast. It's kinda like an awkward point in a conversation. You know what I mean? Like, what do you do? What do you do when you get to a point where it's just like, yep, you talk about the weather or something? I had a funny interaction with my friends. Uh, my one friend came over first, and he said, uh, I just said, I think it was raining or something. So I was like, something like, "Is it ever gonna stop raining?" or whatever. No, 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 no. I said, "I think it's gonna rain soon," because we have to, like, make our plans or whatever, and, he's like, "Yeah, it's gonna rain, but we need it. We need it." I said, "Do we?" I was sort of confused by his comment, but I've heard people say that before, "It's gonna rain. Oh, we need it. We need it, though." And I'm like, "Do we?" He said, "I don't know. That's just what people say." And then our other friend walks in. He just gets here, right? And, he's like, "It's about to rain." I say, like, "It's about to rain," and he said, "I guess we need it." For that, what a terrible storyteller. I'm such a bad storyteller. What an awful, boring story. You can see how that'd be funny in the moment, but, like, I don't know if that's necessarily really hilarious. I don't know if that's really a gut buster or a knee slapper right now. You know what I mean? Man, as soon as I said that story, I was like, "That's boring. That's a boring story." Ah, man, these anime thighs taste good. Orange cream soda? Come on. And it's not necessarily sorry, it's not necessarily soda. When I drink caffeine, man, I just start slurring. I start slurring like it's no one's business. Nobody can beat me at slurring. Uh, it's not necessarily soda, but it is like orange cream. But what is orange cream? What is cream other than the worst Sonic character of all time? I'm just kidding. You know what's sad? Read a rant of someone's review of the Mario movie, and they said they hated it. It was so bad. Some guy, well, he said he compared himself to the comic book guy from The Simpsons. That was his own comparison of his own free will. And I just feel bad because he didn't like it. He's clearly a big Mario fan. And like the reason he didn't like it is because of stuff like the bonsai build didn't move right. Like that's not really like, the bonsai bill doesn't move like that, it doesn't blow up like that, like, what are you talking about? It's a movie. What are you talking about? And he's like he said all like, Mario, Luigi, and Peach were out of character. Like, what character? He said, "No, because in the games, Mario, he's more of like a silly, goofy guy who he won't hesitate to stand up for somebody. How is he not that in the movie? How is he not that? Luigi, how is that not Luigi? He's cowardly, he's nice, and a little naive. Like, I feel like that's Luigi, like, very accurately. Peach, they did change Peach a lot, though. Like, she's like a girl boss or whatever, but, like, I feel like just her attitude is different. But Peach in the games is still, like, kinda able to do anything. What is Peach's weakness in the games, you know? She's good at everything in the games, you know? In the sports games, she's pretty good too. She's very technical and smart, I feel like that's actually what she is in the movie and the games when you think about it, you know? Just her attitude is what's changed, She's a little bit more like go get 'em confident rather than, like, dainty and elegant, but, like, that's boring. Peach is fine in the movie. She's fine. But he did love Toad. He said Toad was the only one they got right, you know? Yeah, so he screams. What does Toad do, man? I don't know. I felt bad. I wasn't telling him like, "Dude, it's just you're thinking about it too hard." But, like, I did say, you know, something about his it's like it seemed like you have really super specific expectations going into how it's adapted, just don't think about it that hard and you'll enjoy it more. Because it's the Mario movie. It's not like I don't know. Oh, he also said that it would have been better if uh, if they didn't talk the whole time. Yeah. They shouldn't talk the whole time. He said the action sequence at the end where they get the star, that was good. The whole movie should have been that. How could it have been all that? How? How could the whole movie have been that? If it was, it'd be cool, but, like, they can't do that. It wouldn't have been a story, you know what I mean? And there is a lot of action sequences, but they couldn't be that, like, constantly. Like, so they didn't get all the references in there. He said that the little Easter egg and references, they're not, like, they don't engage with them enough. It's just an Easter egg, dude. I don't know. It was fine, man. My problem with it, my only real problem is, they could have. I know this is like a dead horse. They could have picked someone other than Chris Pratt, you know? He was fine, but, like, they should have just got someone else. Charles Martinet, right? They should have got him, right? Eh, I understand why they would want Hollywood actors, because 'cause they're more marketable, but at the same time, like, I get the appeal as well. I because famous actors, they're not just a famous face. They actually are talented. I don't know, maybe Chris Pratt, maybe lesser so, but, like, Jack Black and Charlie Day, they were great. And Kegel, what's his name? Michael Kegel or whatever, as Toad, that's his actual voice. They didn't actually pitch him up. In the interview, he was doing the voice. I thought for sure that was, like, you know, edited, the audio edited or whatever, and that's impressive. I get why, because they can put their own take on it. Like, Bowser is Jack Black, and, like, Jack Black is Bowser. I love seeing that, right? If they just got because the people who do the voices too, they're also talented as well, but, like, having their own spin on it is cool. Chris Pratt did not really have a spin on Mario. That's the thing, it's just like a boring sort of like, if you need to get some boring hero character, like, of course you would cast Chris Pratt, that's his thing. But I don't know. At the same time, they coulda got someone else, someone more fun, and maybe get someone Italian, I don't know. Or with, like, a New York accent. I don't know. Same with Luigi, I guess, but Charlie Day's great, you know? I don't know. What am I talking about? You know what's funny about Charles Martinet? He did have a cameo. He was Mario's dad, and, also he played the famous Mario character Giuseppe. Is that his name? Everybody knows Giuseppe, right? He's just as famous as Takamaru. Giuseppe. He's like the original Jumpman guy, right? So Mario and Luigi did like the accents too much, and then there's just some guy in the corner. I think they're great. Woohoo! Or whatever he says, And like he also played their dad too, which is cool. And people are like crying over this because Charles Martinet is retiring as Mario. They're like crying that the last thing that he may have recorded officially for Nintendo is in the movie. And the last thing he says, his character, Mario Luigi's dad, he grabs both his sons and he says something like, those are my boys. That's my boys. Something like that, right? And he's like, oh, that's a nice little touch. That's Charles saying that about his characters, right? Because I don't know where Mario would be without Charles Martinet. Because apparently it was his idea, because he was saying that in an interview, he was like, Mario, he's supposed to. Normally he's like gravelly and he's got this Brooklyn accent, and then they told him just to go do a voice, and he came up with that just on the spot. Apparently, that's kind of crazy. Hey, it's me, Mario. Mario time. Yeah, that was just what you came up with? Sure. And it works. It works really well. Even though, you go back to the original pre-release version of Mario 64, where there was just some guy, some Japanese guy doing the voice of Mario. He was high pitched there too, but I don't know what the story is, when they got Charles to do the thing or whatever, like I don't know. He already had a high pitched voice in the placeholder voice recordings. I don't know. You know what I mean? What's the story there? What's going on? You gotta get someone in on that. What happened? Anyway, yeah, everyone's sad he's retiring, but like I don't know how you didn't see it coming. He's like what, 70? I don't know. Have you played Luigi's Mansion 2? Yeah, he sounds pretty old in that. Remember Luigi many years ago? Remember what he sounded like? Mario, Mario. And what's he sound like in Luigi's Mansion?
Mario. Anybody see Mario anywhere? Oh, it's a big mansion.
He sounds a little old. Obviously, the direction changes. He sounds different over time, just from a voice directional standpoint. But he also getting older. He's also getting older, and the new guy from Mario Wonder sounds totally great so far. I don't know. Is he going to be able to do Luigi, Wario, and Waluigi and the babies? I don't know. We'll have to see. But it's not that hard. Mario is just a big cartoonish voice. You know what I mean? Anybody can do it. No, no. Any talented, capable person can do it, which is kind of a contradiction, but you get what I'm saying. Yep. So, with that being said, got to wrap up here because it is about the end of this podcast. I do appreciate everybody watching and listening and all that stuff. It is a little weird that I do want to do a commentary coming up next. I don't know when I'll do that. I should get the camera out for that. Because you know what? I was watching some of my older videos. Back to the A plot, okay? And man, you could tell. You could tell that this guy in the video, he's got to break free. He's got to wake up. Okay? Stop being shy. Stop being scared. Because it doesn't matter if people will welcome you. Because you're going to be happier. Just escape from your shell. Trust me, and we will escape from the shell. Okay. Man, it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. So I was thinking maybe I could do a reaction to those because I am like fuming watching those. Like what? At another point, it's just like a boring video too. I was watching my Little Big Planet 3 video. It's just called "Remember Little Big Planet," and you would think it's gonna be something, and then it just ends up being a boring video where I'm just sitting there playing my own level that I made like 3 years prior. Like, is that really like good content? I play one level. No. I wanna make a Little Big Planet video where I play through the story mode of the first game. That'd be great, and I get some co-op in there too, have a guest appearance. I mean, come on, right? The story mode is goated. It's a goated story mode. Don't you love saying goated? I was watching Curb Your Enthusiasm. Larry David, he's like, what, 89 years old or something? And there's a scene where, because you don't hear some old bald guy say goat. He's the GOAT. He said that once. I don't know who he was talking about, some sports guy or something. And he was on the phone with someone. He's just like in his office. He's like, well, yeah, of course, because he's the GOAT. And it took me like 3 seconds, like, oh, that's actually hilarious. It's some old guy saying he's the GOAT, and he pulled it off. Hearing some old guy say like slang, that's funny. That's funny. Cause even I like, I'm not gonna, I will not say like, ugh. See, this slang comes from another, like, it's not like new slang, but saying blood, BLUD, that's just cringe. That's something like gangsters say, dude, not some 13-year-old kid. Blood doesn't even know where he's going. Blood hasn't even played Fortnite in a whole week. Yeah, okay. Has Dandori issues. Got a couple of those comments. It's like, it's you think for yourself, if you're just gonna, you know what? I just get easily irked by people just jumping into new slang words, and that's a weakness on my part. I understand, but don't you think it's? I know that doesn't matter that much though. People want to be trendy with their language. You know what I mean? But like, it's just weird when you just you change the way you act or talk just very suddenly, and then it just goes away. Remember when everyone used to say "shook"? I'm shook right now. Why did people stop saying that? Why did they start? Why did everybody start saying some slang word and then everyone stopped saying it? It's weird. No cap? That's weird. Sometimes I'll say cap, you know. But like it's like I'm saying, it's a weakness on my part because then it's like, well, I still got to communicate in the modern world. You know what I mean? I can't just keep saying things are groovy. Tevlev just he's got outdated slang. You know, groovy. Just imagine slipping that into a sentence though, like an actuality. Imagine just saying, yeah. Dude, I'm eating these meatball subs. These are pretty groovy. That's even more cringe. I don't know. Yo, these meatball subs are the goat. Like, is that better? Saying goat is funny though. Anyway, this is the real conclusion to this podcast. I appreciate everybody listening. As I already said all this stuff before, thank you very much, and have a great day. Just I want you to have a great week too. I don't have the power to wish you a good month, but have a great week. All right. This is Tevlev